Yes, everyone, we are here at Spirit Studios, and this has been a long time coming. We've managed to grab hold of the amazing Superlative.
How are we doing? You all right?
How you doing, man?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
been
good.
some time, yeah. I've been trying to get this going for a while. We've known each other for some time.
Yeah, man.
Things are going off.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot about you and what you're up to, but if there are some people out there, and there may be some people who haven't heard you or don't know what you're about.
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity. So tell everybody what you're about, what you've been up to, and let's bring them in.
Okay. Where do I start? I'm Superlative. I was going to say my age. I'm not even going to. It's not cool.
No, we don't
it's not cool
age.
anymore to say your age. Maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm young, and I'm a music producer. I'm a music producer, songwriter. Do a little bit of video editing these days. Kind of enjoying that. But all around, I'm just a creative. Do speeches now as well. That's my new thing.
Speeches.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that. Right? I think I've seen one of them.
Yeah, I've done one speech. Yeah. I'm a creative. I live in Cheshire now. I was going to say Manchester, but I rep Manchester. I live in Cheshire now, if you can't tell. And and I'm just here living life, loving life.
Good.
Yeah.
But most importantly, making music, yeah?
Of course, yeah.
So music-wise, I mean, again, just telling people what you're up to at the moment, because I know you've just put something out. I don't want to say, words. What's happened right now? I mean, this now is like April 2025, because people will be watching this in the future,
Yeah, okay.
So right now it's April 2025.
April 2025.
You've just released something. So talk us kind of around that release.
So I've just released a new song with Connor and the Greenscapers called Roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great song. It's one of my first live-ish kind of songs.
Yeah.
I say live-ish, the drums are programmed the drums, but it's live-ish. We've got some nice sax on it by Nathan Stoker. So the first time I've really had some external instruments on there. So that was cool. I just got back from Texas, if you can't tell by my tan. And
that barbecue vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, definitely. The greenskeeper thing, how did that come about? Because that's like that. I knew about him because of you.
Okay.
So
I've known Connor since, weirdly, my first ever EP/project kind of thing, Can I Be Excused? I got that mixed by a guy called Joey Bricks, who was part of a band called A Broken Camarilla.
All right.
And Connor, back then he was called CO. He was part of A Broken Camarilla. So when...
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was in Joey's room and they all lived together, this whole band, apart from Eva. Eva B was in it as well. And I was in Joey's room, he's mixing the project, and Connor came downstairs and he introduced himself. He's like, yo, we blah, 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 blah. And I was like, are you from the Midlands? And he's like, yeah. How did you know? I was like, Midlands people have a way about themselves. Yeah, so I've known him since then, really. So that was about maybe like 2018. I've known Connor since maybe 2017. And I've produced a couple of songs for him that have never really materialized. I did do a song called Twice, which was on the vinyl, Future Bubblers vinyl volume.
Oh, yeah. So was he on Future Bubblers?
He was on Future Bubblers, yeah.
Right, because I was involved in that as well with Ableton. That's why I did the first one, and that's how I know HMD. And
right, okay.
And who else was on? Yeah, with loads of people. That, Kayla Painter, loads of people that I'm still in contact with now. But it really did work, that project.
It's good, man.
In, you as well, Mike.
I think he was on volume, I want to say 8, maybe.
Right.
Maybe, yeah, on volume 8. So that was my first song that made it onto a vinyl, so I was happy about that. So we released Twice quite a couple of years ago. And then not long after, we made these, I was doing a series called Sounds from My Yard Sides, just after lockdown.
Yeah.
And Connor came around and I made these 2. We've got 2 songs that are kind of finished. There's Roundabouts and a song called Pose. So we've had these for like 3 years now. Right. And it was like, do you know what? Let's actually push to get this finished. And this is how it's finished, yeah.
Collab a lot more this year.
Exactly.
As the man said.
Exactly.
So we'll put these links into here, but that was interesting collab that, and I was like, yeah, because I'd seen his stuff separate to you. But then just before that, one of your tracks.
Yeah, which is I Got Nothing Left. I nearly forgot that. I'm still promoting it now.
Yeah, you are.
I Got Nothing Left. I made this song back in like 2019, I want to say.
Right.
It sounded exactly the same as it does now.
Right.
So I didn't do anything to it. I was just like, do you know what? It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. I have this big, I do this all the time. I do it all the time. I'm like, it's not right. But then when it feels right, it's right. So, and I trust that a lot. So, I released I Got Nothing Left maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before the one with Connor.
Yeah.
So from a marketing standpoint, probably not the smartest idea, but it is what it is, isn't it? Who knows? Yeah. So
these lot don't care.
No, but it's doing well. I Got Nothing Left, doing really well.
Yeah.
I had 2 distribution companies try and pick it up and sign it, but obviously I've kept it for myself for now.
Good.
And it's doing well. I'm still promoting it, still filming videos for it.
Yeah,
still got some more videos.
That was my next thing, right?
Okay.
So because that's why when I asked him to introduce himself, because it's like people don't really fully understand what goes on. I mean, like, me and Mike who do this, we get it because it's like you're doing everything, aren't you? You just do the creative vision. Like you said before, I'm a creative. I think more people should say that because you're doing the lot, aren't you? And I've noticed that I saw a video. Have you got a 360 camera? Is it yours?
It's mine, yeah.
So tell them about that because it's like, I'm just seeing your videos of like you sat on a fridge, you're on the end of a plant. You're like, and then there's one that I saw, and you're like, you're in different places. Just explain what that. You're like sat around the room in different places.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know which one you're on about. Some of them I shoot on my Sony ZV-1. I got that for about £10 because I won the Youth Music Awards back in 2018
yes, I remember that.
Or something like that. Yeah, 2018. It can't have been 2018.
2021? Was it me you said you should get a camera with the winnings?
Maybe.
I think it was.
Maybe.
Yes.
We definitely had a conversation about it. So it cost me like £10 in the end. I ended up getting a ZV-1. Probably should have got a ZV-E10 because you can get lenses, but it is what it is. It does me well. I mix between those. I've recently got an Insta360 X4. My brother said, is it a worthy purchase? So now I have to make sure it is a worthy purchase because they're just proving that it is. And I've been having a ball with it. I was in Texas, so I shot that scene the other day where I just sat around the room and just really quick thoughts. You think, you know what, this would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Right, Jade, stay there and just stay on your phone, and then shot it, got home. I was like, okay, what can I do with this? And then that's what I did with it.
Yeah, good. And there is definitely one which, like, when I saw it, I thought, what's going on there? Has he done that? And then obviously this will be linked to if you're not following his Instagram, you get on it because it's quite entertaining, right? But the golf shot thing, tell them about that because that's kind of like there's like a bit of a story to it as well.
Right. If I've still got it, I'll get you to show I've got a reference of what I basically said to my team is me, my brother Josh, my brother Dan.
Yeah.
That's effectively my immediate team. Yes. So I have meetings with them and I speak to them about what ultimately I just want them to agree with what I'm saying, but they don't. So that's why
I can relate.
That's why they're about, because they don't agree with what I'm saying. So I have to I pitch them ideas and they say, that might be good. So I wrote down this what do you call it? Like not a blueprint. What's the word? Like a
synopsis.
A rough draft. There's definitely a word for it. I can't think of it, but it's like, right, okay, these are the references of the photos, what I think this shot's going to look like this, and then Josh, you're going to run with the camera. A storyboard, effectively, yeah. And then it's going to look like this, and it's going to look like this, and it's going to look like this. And they were like, yeah, mate, we don't see what you mean by this.
Yes.
And I understand why, because you're not seeing what I'm seeing when I'm thinking this is what, and they don't know what the possibilities with the camera are and that sort of stuff. So then we did a test shot. So hopefully you can put this test shot up.
Okay.
And it's like me and Josh in the back garden. He hits the camera with the broom. I'm showing him how to run across with it and stuff like that. So all it is I said to my brother, right, I live in Cheshire now, so I know there's some nice golf courses around there. Get me on the golf course. He was like, all right, cool. We went to the golf course and it panned out exactly how I saw it in my head like 10 days before or something.
Creative vision.
Yeah. So that's probably one of the funnest things I've done with it so far.
So that was like a short for I've Got Nothing Left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. But I mean, this is another thing that I was going to slip in. That when I first interviewed you when you came on mine and Tim's show, and like straight away, I was like really buzzing off how you had from day one. You were doing like videos in like that shopping centre in Bolton and stuff like that. You were just doing mad stuff. And I was like, how did you do that? You know, how much did it cost you? And you're like, oh, I've just paid him to do a bit of this and whatever. And it was like, really like, that's how you should be seeing these things. Yeah. And this is like another one of those things that you're now like in a world of social media where it's kind of that's what you've got to do, haven't you? You've got to think about what can I get in this, you know, is it 9:16 the actual ratio? Yeah. What can I fit in this to like get people onto my music, make sure they put the sound on and stuff. So
yeah, it's a weird one. Good
job, man.
I've still not figured it out, and it changes every day. The new thing is now at the minute, I want to watch this back and be like, yeah, this doesn't happen anymore. But you say something, we might be having a conversation like this. Yeah, you're filming behind the scenes, and then you go, oh, look at them two over there doing this conversation on like a low quality camera. Yeah, and you go, oh yeah, look at them two over there, and then it cuts, and I look at you. And now it's in high quality and I rap my verse. Ooh. So that's the new thing. It's like the scene from behind the scenes and then it cuts to the actual high quality footage. So that's the new thing. So if you see some of me doing that, I'm just trying to see if that works. And I'll put, it's not mine. It's definitely not mine. I see a guy called DC3 does it really well. He's only like 18. Amazing rapper, Christian rapper. And his social media game's amazing. It's something to really take note from.
Investigate.
Yeah.
DC3.
Yeah, DC3.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a look something you did recently.
Okay.
Just so you can see what it's about for real, the big deal. And then after that, we're going to talk about what you've been up to in the last few weeks.
Okay.
So let's have a look at that.
50 Brit in London, if it's on and I'm on, I know they feel it when I spit, it's like the BBC song. Shut your noise, silence when I run the voice. S-P-R in your ears, open your mind. Why do they talk like gangsters? But they don't move like gangsters. Just stay over there, way over there. I ain't got time to be talking pre. See me, I got options. Stop them, no ups, cause I got respect G. Blacked out windows, 4-door sliding. 3 shows in a row, for what's next? Gassed up in low, but cause surviving. Freed up in the dome, cause up next. Fact check me, I don't take L's much. Me and Kaz got a dream by any means must. Aim for the peak, hide in the trees, but hold back on the beat, don't really need one.
So some footage there from Gulliver's in the Northern Quarter, and that was part of Beyond the Music. And there was me and one of my mates there, and honestly, it was a vibe, and I hadn't seen you do stuff for a while. So that had been a long time coming. You sort of been doing other things. So tell us about that night.
Yeah, so I took a little hiatus out of performing for a bit, and then my mate, Migraine Mowgli, if you know him, he runs RTB, Razor Bar.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so he got me that slot. He just said, yo, I can get your slot here, do you want it? I was like, yeah, cool. So I thought this is the perfect time to come back. And I was performing again later on that evening. So I just thought, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
It was really good, man. Like,
it was deep,
obviously you were there. So
it was deep.
I had a thought, like I got to think about, you know what? I used to perform with my sister, as you know.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like one of my first shows back without my sister that for I have like 15 minutes extra to fill where she would usually be singing. And B, I want that to be a meaningful 15 minutes, if that makes sense. So
impactful.
I did like a bit of a spoken word piece.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. I had a really good fun. It was just it's like a welcome home gig. The crowd really received it well. And yeah, still not stage dive worthy, but it was good.
It was another angle that you were like setting the stall out for me. You were like, this is the SPR vibe.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we'll talk about that as well, like the SPR thing. We'll talk about it in a bit because I was going to say you also played again that night.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, 2 gigs.
Yeah.
In an hour and a half.
Don't know if I enjoy that, to be honest. On paper, it seemed like a great idea. Like, yeah, you got 30-minute changeover. It's only some decks, so you're not going to change over. Using the same DJ, so you don't actually have to do anything. Yeah. But you don't think about how laboured you are if you just dumped all your energy into a 30-minute set, and now you're going to go and do an hour set with Wonder. Was it 45?
I don't know.
I think it was 45.
It was energy, though. That was like, you'd just done that, and then you just completely went another level, doing some different things.
Yeah, it was, I won't do that as many times as... Like, I did it again like a couple of days after when I did, where did we do? I can't, off the square. Radio. We did, yes. Oh, no, Stage and Radio. Stage and Radio, the same thing. And I was like, I should probably not do this as much because it takes your energy. But that was an amazing day, man. Really good gigs. The Wonder gig went down well. And I was a bit, not worried, but I was like, okay, Wonder's headlined him. There was somebody on before me, not the guy, I can't remember his name, although I did just see him in Texas performing at BME. He was, the guy with the acoustic guitar. Amazing guy, good voice.
Yeah, but I came in just as he was finishing.
Okay, he was really
beyond
good.
The music, wasn't it? So I was just darting about.
Yeah, as usual. And he was amazing, but the crowd there wasn't that many people there.
No.
And I was like, it doesn't matter how good you are if there's no crowd there.
Yeah.
So there's no one here yet, and I'm going on in 5 minutes. And then I did like one little line check, looked up, and there was just loads of people there. Saw people I'd not seen in ages, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a good show tonight. Yeah. And it was just and then when we went on again with Wonder later on, it was just, it filled up even more. So it was just 2 consecutively like, filled out shows. So yeah, really good evening. And obviously you were there, so I'll let you pick us up.
I'm biased. It was great. It really was good. But I know what you mean. It was like that kind of thing. Like it was the Beyond the Music thing for 2024, and people just coming and going. Yeah. But everybody went to the bar downstairs. I was like, are they going to come back up for you all?
Exactly.
You know? And I was like, come on. But they did.
Yeah.
So it was mega. So this time last week, the week before, where we just come back from?
I've just come back from Austin, Texas. My first time in America. Yeah. I am now an American. Honorary Texan. We've done one protest, so that qualifies us as being American, I think.
Protesting.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. Just go over there for a week or so and you end up protesting.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Don't get rid of the veterans. I think that's what we were protesting.
Was it? Yeah.
I'm not too sure. We were just shouting.
So you went over there and you just joined in a protest?
Yeah, we were supposed to be at sound check, and then on the way through the Capitol, there was just a protest.
Right.
And it seemed like a good vibe.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an angry protest.
No.
So we just thought, what are they shouting there? Like, what are they shouting? So then we just started shouting it. Well, that wasn't it.
That was the primary.
All we were thinking was, we've been here for 4 days now. We're effectively Texans, so we might as well get involved.
Did you get the boots and that?
We didn't get. I did get a Premier League keyring.
Did you?
Yeah. Nothing to do with Texas, but I got it. Okay. Found it in my suitcase today when I emptied it. It's been 2 weeks. but yeah.
So what about the shows? What was it like?
The shows.
Basically, because I've not seen a lot of, only like from your Instagram, but like, how did you go down? How was it received, like from your point of view?
Do you know what? We did, the first show we did wasn't, I don't think it's officially part of South by Southwest. It must have been, but I just don't think it was part of, like, it wasn't on 6th Street. It wasn't part of that main area in Austin. It was on this big park. And we got introduced on stage by Andy Burnham, so that was cool. Second time I've met him now, so that was cool. I met him at my speech, because I do speeches now.
Yeah,
and
well.
But
multi-layered, mate. Multi-layered.
It was like, I always have this thing where, like, you've been to my shows, and I don't necessarily get really hype.
No.
I'm not like a big shouter, and
no.
If anything, I'm talking to the crowd, I perform my songs, it's a good vibe, everyone enjoys it, but I'm not like a jump about and do all of this kind of stuff. So now my role is hype man when I'm with Wonder.
Yeah.
I've just slipped into this, and I'm not even realistically a hype man. I actually find it really awkward to tell people to do things. So it's like, I'm like, why have I got this role? Yeah. Do you
download
get what I mean?
my stuff.
So I was like, right, everybody, I need you to come forward. And they all just got up and moved forward. Yeah. And I was like, this is going to be a great 10 days. Yeah. And every show was as receptive as that.
Right.
Like, they loved it. It filled up.
You reeled them in, yeah?
Yeah. And the first one was, it was family orientated. So there was orientated? Yeah. And so we couldn't swear. We only found that out as we got there. We maybe swore like 3 times on accident because it's got stuff in the back and trackers and stuff like that. So, but it happens.
Yeah.
And it was, every show was just amazing. I'll go as far as saying, I think I prefer an American crowd over a UK crowd.
Whoa.
Which I never thought.
Making up to do, you lot. Jeez.
Which I never thought was the case. I always thought UK crowds, especially festivals, were notoriously better.
My question about just hitting on the music, and we'll move on real quick. But so the Wonder set that I've seen, quite drum and bass.
Yeah.
50-50?
60-40.
So did that, because like I know like Americans kind of drum and bass came a bit later. Mm-hmm. You know, it's fair to say. Yeah. And they love it now. Yeah, love it. Mm-hmm. So did that go down well?
Yeah, it went down well. We performed at the BME like 7 times. So at that point, there's a lot of British people there as well.
Right.
But in the places that weren't, they were still loving it. Like, the name leaves me now, but one of the last gigs we did, it was one of the best gigs I've done in ages. We had no in-ears. I'm a bit of a, I don't love in-ears.
No.
You can't connect. I like the monitors booming back at me, but the only downside is then you end up shouting.
Yeah.
You lose a lot of your voice and stuff like that. And Wanda's notoriously bad for losing her voice.
Yeah.
So, but it's the last show, so we thought, you know what? Let's just go for it. Do you know what I mean? We don't have the option for in-ears anyway at this show, so let's just go for it. And they loved it, man. It really went off.
You went in.
Yeah.
Took the safety,
It was just do it. Like, there's nothing to lose now. You haven't got any more shows, so.
Yeah. You've got to see this live. And I'm like, I feel like I'm really biased, but it's true. But live is where it comes out, doesn't it?
100%.
The lyrics pop out, the staging, the energy and stuff like that. I think that's something definitely about your music. I mean, it's like for most bands and performers, but like we do a lot of stuff with electronic music and stuff, and it's sometimes live can be a bit tricky. You need some help with visuals and stuff, but you are the visual,
yeah. I think the synergy between Wanda, myself, and Styley. We've slowly started to refine it, and we're really good friends as well. That helps. Some band members hate each other, and then they get up and they're like, Whereas us, we're all like the same person. Yeah. So it's really like sometimes it's annoying because like when I was in Texas, I actually wanted to get a lot more content. But we're all just kind of like down to do stuff together. Yeah. So when I was going to go and break off and shoot some content, I didn't really feel like I wanted to go and do that because I was like, do you know what?
Yeah, camaraderie.
Let's just be together. Like we're here. Yeah. We usually do Brighton Bingo, which is another story for another day. And we were like, we're not going to do it in Texas. Let's just survive. Do you get what I mean? The synergy works really well. And I think it translates in the shows.
Full charge, they can't flex how I many come. Many goes, and the real ones stay with me. Gotta stay charged up, used to be hard up. Counselors stay, gotta stay on. Can't breathe on me, contain my cheek. Got colour, got style in abundance. We gotta give them heat, make them sweat like heat. Wake up, make noise, in this lunch break free. Yo, running this thing on my BMC. I'm DMC, sector blow man, gotta give them TNT. Want the J.O.B. done, you see me, I keep it moving like a refugee.
So, Texas there, South by Southwest. You were over there representing the UK.
Yeah.
What were the top 3 things that you either saw, heard, or experienced?
Okay. Experienced, I think Southern hospitality is a real thing.
Yeah.
They were so nice over there. Everyone's so polite. You always think, as someone from the UK, you think Texas is a certain way.
Yeah.
Austin isn't that way. So that's what I will say. Second, the food, barbecue specifically. Some of the food, I might say, is so unhealthy. Oh my Lord. Sugary, salty. It left me wanting to come back to the UK and just eat like, I don't know, war food and stuff like that. Yeah. But barbecue was amazing. Some people will tell you to go to Terry Black's, which I do agree if you want to go, but Cooper's is the place to go. And if you want chicken, go to Gus's, because Gus's you need to go to Gus's for chicken.
Right, okay.
And then the third thing I think is American artists hustle so much harder than UK artists.
Yes.
We had people coming up to us with snakes with no fangs on, just around their arms. And then they draw you in with like snakes and pretty girls and all this kind of stuff. And then you get there and they go, listen to this rapper. And they're just like, just like, there's such a big marketing team and hustle team just on the street, just doing things for artists that they're not afraid to promote their stuff. Yeah. And it left me thinking like, why do we have this kind of scared, ashamed, oh, I'm too cool to promote kind of attitude in England? In America, they don't. It's by any means necessary. So that's what I've taken the most from America.
Good. Well, that's a good point to ask you that question then. So if you've taken something from that, because I know you're not like, sort of, you don't push yourself ridiculously to the annoying, but you're happy to speak up, aren't you? And just say, this is why. Now, I know you've done something recently because I became part of it with it. So what's going on from now, April 2025?
Yeah.
What's the next year, the next 2 years? What have you got planned?
Well, in the next...
What you can talk about?
Okay. In the next 2 days, I'm going to Estonia.
Yeah, right.
So that'll be good. I'm going to do a gig in Estonia with Wonder again. We'll be in Latvia for 4.5 hours waiting before we go to transfer. So that's nice. 2 countries in one day.
Yeah,
cool.
Off, mate.
But then more more closer to my own heart, I will say, is I've just launched a project called the SPR Project, or Project SPR. And it came off the back of, I was doing this notorious speech that I keep talking about.
Yeah.
And
well, now is the time.
Yeah, I was at Beyond Conference doing a speech for Andy Burnham's section. And I got an email through and it said, "Oh, sorry, you've been unsuccessful for this funding." And I was like, again, like, this is like the 9th application that I've been unsuccessful for. As you know, I applied for Develop Your Creative Practice as well.
DYCP.
Yeah, didn't get that.
Come on.
Exactly, that's what I thought. So I was like, right, okay, I'm not going to let it bother me as such. No. And I rang my boy Josh and I said, like, yeah, I've been unsuccessful again. And he's like, what do you reckon? Like, what do you reckon we should do? And because I had like an hour to kill, I was just walking around Media City, Salford Keys, Media City, just walking through there. And we just came up with the idea of Project SPR and what we were going to do and the crowdsourcing and the possibilities and the activities we might do and just how it was kind of going to work. And we came up with this loose idea. And I said, you know what, when we get to it, like, we're going to make this happen. Yeah. So the long and short of it is Project SPR. It's a crowdsourcing project. I'm going to raise £3,000 to be able to make a collaborative project because I do a lot of stuff on my own. Yep. I usually mix my own stuff, produce my own stuff. And I think it's time to branch out and work with creatives that kind of inspire me as well. Yes. Not just from Manchester, from Wolverhampton, from places that I've been in along my life. So that's kind of the idea of it. $3,000 will be able to facilitate the curation of that project, basically. Yep. And then I'm also going to document it. I've started a Patreon, which then people who have given to this as well can kind of get early access, see other things behind the scenes. Like I've done adverts with Audient and stuff like that. And that the behind the scenes of that will be obviously Patreon access only and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. I've been pushing it, probably not as much as I should have been since I got back from Texas, but we've just reached £2,000 as of like a couple of days ago. So I've only got £1,000 left to
before you get to target,
before we hit the target. So amazing. I think it's more than doable, and that's my main focus for the rest of this year, really.
Good. Well, just one thing as well, because we've mentioned it a couple of times, and I always ask you about it, but explain the SPR, what it means, what it stands for, and everything.
Yeah. So SPR stands for Succeed in Pushing Reality, basically.
Succeed in pushing reality.
Yeah, the I is silent, obviously, and I grew up in Wolverhampton. We didn't have a lot. We had enough. My mum keeps reminding me, I keep saying on radio interviews, that I beatbox because we didn't have drums. No, because I couldn't afford drums. And she says, I bought you drums. And I'm like, I know you bought me drums. I had drums at home, of course I know. It was the best Christmas ever. But before that, I beatboxed because I didn't have drums. Yeah. So, we didn't grow up with a lot, basically. And I've never let that stop me from doing what I want to do. No. I've always felt that just because I don't have money, it doesn't mean that you can't make something happen. You might one day go to do a gig, ask somebody who works at Ableton how you can get a cheaper version of Ableton because you're never going to be a student and you're never going to do this.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And then you might bump into them, have a better conversation, and then so many years down the line, you end up having a legit version of Ableton. You have this, you have that. And I think if you live by the ethos of SPR, Succeed in Pushing Reality, you just have to stay true to yourself, and people will see your work ethic. And
it's a commitment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it. I really do resonate. I think it's really good. And
I think everyone should follow it, really. It's like, it's easy to say, I can't do that because of this. Yes. But realistically, it should be, how can I do this?
Yeah, how can I do it differently? I would try a different approach.
Yeah. And it's all right being realistic and being like, oh, I don't have 10 grand to shoot a massive gimbal video and this and that. But it's like, okay, dumb it down 3 steps. How can I get as close to that with the resources that I have now? Okay, I might have to strap my camera to a fan. I tried to do it in Texas and I nearly broke the fan. And I was like, okay, don't do that.
You mean a circular fan?
Circular fan, yeah. I tried to put my 360 camera on there and it went lopsided and I was like, oh, yeah, don't do that then. But there's always a way. There's always a way to get close to what you want, and sometimes it's better to get as close as to than not to not do it at all. So that's SPR.
There you go. Love it. So we'll put all these links underneath here.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to find your music.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would say, pick what track for someone to see, but we'll let you guys have a look and do it. But honestly, I keep saying this, I'm biased, but I've known you for years now, and I've seen the commitment, the quality, the sort of the whole mindset into what you actually do. So, like, you know, I wouldn't have anybody on here if I didn't like what they were doing. It's bloody obvious that, isn't it? Like, but it's so true, and I wish you all the best, mate, because I really like what you're doing, and I know that it's time.
Yeah,
stuff's going on.
Nah, big up.
And everybody know everywhere I'm going now. I mention you, and it's like people are starting to like, oh yeah, you know, before like, oh, not heard of him. Is any good? I'm like, yeah, just check this guy out. And it's like now it's changed.
It feels different this year.
It feels different.
It does feel different, and like even I've got a bar that says my nan knows that I'm good, but she'll only call me sick. She'll only call me sick if she sees me on the telly, and it's true. Like my nan, she lived with it. I know we're kind of doing a little outro there, but
we're good.
My nan's neighbor. She always said, I just don't think she realized I was like as good as I am, and her neighbor came over for, I think it was just during lockdown, and they invited her around because obviously it was lockdown. She was on her own, and they said, "Oh, come into the garden and sit with us." And then she was saying, "Yeah, my grandson does music," and she showed the guy, and he said, "Oh my God, I performed with him." It was my first ever performance, which is just the maddest thing ever. My first ever performance with my sister in Wigan. He said, "I performed there. He's amazing." And she rang me up. She's like, "Corey, I've just met my neighbour. He said you're good."
That's official. Then,
and I was like, "Oh, now I'm good now." Yeah, do you get what I mean? And then I think the next time is when she sees me on TV at Glastonbury. Will be the next one. That's when she'll brag about me, because she'll be like, "Oh,
you heard it here. Stage. This is what we need."
Yeah.
So it's all about your nan talking to neighbours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the real A&R. This is it now.
Yeah.
So if your nan says he's good, you're doing it. So there you go. Yeah. Well, mate, that's a great story.
Yeah,
love it.
It is, yeah. And you're only as big as your nan says you are. Doesn't matter what charts, doesn't matter whatever, just as big as your nan says. Yeah.
So you all know what to do. Like and subscribe. Any suggestions for the channel, put them down below. You know what to do. Go and check out all the other stuff. And we're starting to get some top tier artists these days. So, you know, go back, look what we did before, and look what we're doing now.
Yeah. Wait,
you want something to say?
Yeah, I've got something to say. I just want to say, I just wanted people to know how hard you work as well. So,
thank you,
like, people might not see it. And obviously, for me personally, my career since maybe say 20, since we met really, you've been an integral part to my success in Manchester.
Really?
You facilitated so many things that you probably don't know.
Shut up talking about you, mate, to be honest.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
And I feel it like I do. And there's been times like, if I've ever had any questions, I know I can come to you and ask you the questions.
Yeah, impartial advice.
It's been amazing, honestly. And I feel like people don't give people their flowers enough. And for me personally, like, I just want you to know how much you've actually helped my...
Respect where it's due, sir. Likewise, takes one to know one and all that shit. So, well, I didn't pay him to say that, by the way.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
honestly, for real. Like, I think people, your peers around you, you don't understand how powerful it is to have people that are willing to help you. Because it's little things that you've done which have sparked a change in the things that I've done. Not even just the fact that you've like helped me out with Ableton and stuff, but it's like, it has a knock-on effect. I've just bought a drum machine, and I've had loads of issues with it, and just little things like I've used the push to sort out all of this other stuff that I would never have been able to do.
Yeah.
And I've never found a use for the push as much as I've wanted to before.
Yeah.
And now I've got this big use for it, and I'm like, it's mad how things work out.
Yeah.
So, I just want to say big up. For real.
Likewise, mate. Take it easy. We're doing it. We're doing it. Success for this year. Nice one. You know what to do, but thanks for watching. And do check out what's coming up in the channel. Subscribe. Do it. Come on. Do it now.